over again. So you do not have to request access for recording again. So please stop requesting access so you don't divide my retention. So my name is Olubukola R.B. Agbalaya, and I'll be your instructor for today. So I welcome you once again to the Elevate Your Diction webinar. So I need to share my screen now so we can kickstart. So I need to share my screen now. Once I share my screen, we kickstart. Please, can you see my screen? Please, can you see my slide? I'm sharing my slide already. Can you see it, please? I have Elevate Your Diction on it. Can you see it, please? Can you see my slide? Can you see my slide, please? I have Elevate Your Diction. You're supposed to see Elevate Your Diction on the slide. Can you see it? Okay, Balanli, thank you. Balanli says yes. Thank you. So let's kickstart. Let me zoom out a bit. So welcome to the Elevate Your Diction webinar. We started this webinar months ago. This is the 9th webinar we would be having. We started it, I think, was last year, October. This is the 9th one, so we welcome you. Once again, I apologize for the network glitch at the beginning. It's something we had already set up over time. We use it every month. I wonder what just happened this month. Thank you for your patience. So please, I'd like you to get a pen, get a book. If you have a bowl of popcorn or biscuits and water, please get it ready. We're going to spend about 2 hours together. So you need something to help you retain your energy while you're learning. So I need you to get a book, get your pen, bottled water. If you have biscuits or popcorn, get it ready and let's kickstart. So this evening, I will share with you a 3-step formula that would enhance your diction. The objective of this class is to help you to be able to speak better. While you're speaking better, you are expected to retain your naturalness such that you do not sound fake. One of the things that differentiates the diction point from other diction instructor is the fact that I try my best to retain my uniqueness. I do not want to sound like Barack Obama. I do not want to sound like someone who is not me. I want to speak English well while still retaining my own culture. I want to speak English the way it should be spoken because I respect all languages. The way I would speak my native language, the Yoruba language, correctly is the same way I will speak the English language correctly. So I do not have to fake it. I do not have to sound foreign for me to speak the English language well. And the formula that has helped me all the while to retain my naturalness, my uniqueness, while still speaking English correctly is what I will share with you today. So again, I want you to get your book, get your pen. Don't just be here for being here's sake. Get a bottle of water, get biscuits, and let's kickstart. I'd like you to consider this scenario. Consider if you were being paid more money for something you have always done all your life, but this time you're offered more money for that same thing simply because of how you sound. Or let's assume for some while now, you've been trying to get a new job and you're able to get that dream job, not just a job, but all because of how you sound. And you're able to get that job even without submitting CV or going for an interview. Or imagine that you're able to speak flawlessly and rhythmically in your Nigerian accent in such a way that people around you, your students, are able to envy you just because of how you speak. And that automatically opens lots of doors of opportunity. I know some of you here will not believe it. To some of you, this cannot happen. It can never happen. I used to believe so too. Before today or before now, it feels like such can never happen. You cannot just speak away and people love you more, people give you what you want at a platter until I experienced it. And I have not just experienced it, my clients have experienced it as well. I've been in Diction for over 5 years. And I started the Elevate Your Diction webinar last year. This is the 9th webinar. We do this webinar every month. And in the course of my experience, there was a particular lady I worked with. Her name is Esther. At the time I worked with her, she was a teacher. She was a teacher in Lekki. At that time, she had completed her studies as a mass communication student from the University of Nigeria. She had done her NYSC, she had done everything she needed to do, but she couldn't get a dream job. She couldn't become that journalist she had wanted to be. And it was just one thing she needed to do. You'd agree with me that in Nigeria, for you to speak on TV, especially for you to read the news, you need to be able to pronounce the English words correctly, if not perfectly. So because she couldn't do that, she ended up being a teacher and she wasn't happy with it. I met her. I trained her with the exact formula I'm going to share with you today. After she implemented all that I taught her, she got a dream job with one of your favorite TV network. This is a screenshot of her that I took on Facebook. I purposely didn't cover her name because I know some people would want to confirm. So you can go ahead and confirm. This was a feedback after the training in 2019. And this is another feedback. She wrote this earlier this year on LinkedIn. So if you're familiar with LinkedIn or Facebook, you can search her out and find these things out. Now for this, I'd like you to pay attention to the third paragraph where she said, while I waited for the media breakthrough, I attended various training sessions, one of which included the Diction training. Thanks to Olubukola R.B. Agbalaya. She mentioned an offer at Core TV. She finally connected me. Earlier, I mentioned that I myself have experienced getting a job without submitting CV. Let me share a short story. Sometimes in 2019, before the COVID, I went to meet a friend who was a newscaster at the time. I went to her office to visit her. We got talking, we got chatting, and someone walked in and asked, would you like to be on TV? Would you like to read the news? I didn't pay attention because I've not met this person. She didn't mention my name. So it wasn't like she was talking to me. I came to visit someone. And my friend said, Bukola, she's referring to you. And I smiled. I didn't take the offer, not because I wouldn't love to be on TV. I've been on TV quite a number of time. I have a show on the radio that I do. But then I didn't want to work in a place where I would not have that luxury of time. I needed my freedom, so I didn't take that opportunity. Fast forward to when I met Esther. During the training, I got to know she was a trained mass communication student. I would love to be a journalist. And I mentioned it to her that, okay, let's strike a deal. If you're able to do this, if you're able to implement what I've taught you in 6 weeks, then I would recommend you to Core TV and this would happen. And yes, it did. She was committed to the learning. The exact formula we're going to share today was what I shared with her. The difference is she was committed to the learning. You need to be committed. That's one of the lessons you need to take from this story. Learning would create awareness. But when you learn and you don't use, please, can you hear me? Can you hear me? A lot of people are saying, I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Please, can you hear me? Confirm you can hear me, please. We're getting feedback that they cannot hear me. Confirm you can hear me, please. Okay, I wonder, a lot of people are saying they can't hear me, yet you're saying you can hear me. If you are right here and you cannot hear me, simply go and watch on YouTube. That's why we gave the option of YouTube. We know that a lot of people do not know how to join on Zoom. Once you join on Zoom, you need to join with your audio. If you don't join with your audio, you will not hear what the speaker is saying. So please, if you're here and you can hear me, I would appreciate if you can help me write out the instruction of how they can join with their audio. If you join a Zoom meeting and you didn't join with your audio, you would not hear what the speaker is saying. So please, if you're here and you know how to do that well, kindly help leave that instruction of how they can join with their audio. However, if you're still finding it difficult, go to the class, the paid group, the paid WhatsApp group, and use the YouTube link instead. That was why we had to go through that stress of making sure that we are streaming on YouTube, because we know that not everyone have that knowledge of joining with YouTube. So if you're finding it difficult to listen to me here or to hear me here, kindly watch on YouTube. Thank you. I'll proceed now. So the first lesson I want you to learn from Esther's story is she was committed to the learning. And how would you be committed to the learning? First, get a pen and paper. Second, as I teach, watch what my mouth is doing, what my speech organs are doing. And try to mimic me. When I say pronounce this word, pronounce it. When I say do this, do that. This is a speaking class. So you need to get in the act. You need to speak. The best way to learn to speak is to speak. Just listening will not create that result you seek. You need to speak. So be committed. So Esther was committed to the learnings, and in 6 weeks, her transformation was really impressive. That I had to mention her to them, and they were willing to work with her. So Esther got that without an interview, but of course, because she had what they wanted, it was easy for them to say, okay, let's work together. So if you're here and you cannot imagine any of those, I can tell you I have witnessed it. And my clients, not just Esther, lots of my clients have witnessed that also. So be open-minded, learn, practice, and stay committed. With that, I can guarantee transformation. So let's proceed. So now that you have seen this, I also understand that some of you might have attended some diction trainings, might have attended several diction training programs, and yet you have not experienced the desired improvement in your speech. I'd like to say that it is because you didn't follow proven formula. And today I'm going to share with you a 3-step proven formula that has worked for me, it has worked for my client, and will work for you if you follow through what I ask you to do. So what is that formula? You might be wondering, like this lady here, what is that proven formula that would not just help you enhance your diction, but of course your diction would improve and would open doors of opportunity for you? And that formula is what I call Dick-Cla. If you go on Google, you cannot find this, because this is something I came about from years of experience. It's not something I copied on Google. It's not something I copied somewhere. If you go on Google, go on AI, you cannot find it. This is mine. So if you are a diction instructor here and you're going to teach this anywhere, it is just best that you give accolades to the person who created this. Dick-Cla is my proven formula that has worked and it would keep working. Of course, you need to pay the price. So let's go. What exactly is Dick-Cla? Dick-Cla is an acronym, and each letter has its meaning. There is what you need to do for each letter. So let's start with the first. Remember, I'm sharing with you a 3-step formula, which means I cannot share everything about Dick-Cla with you today. I'm only going to share a 3-step formula out of all the formulas that I have, out of Dick-Cla. Now, the first is the D, and D stands for Diction Fundamentals. Please, if you're here and you're following, type Diction Fundamental in the chat. If you are on YouTube and you're following, type Diction Fundamentals in the chat, in the comments. The D stands for Diction Fundamental. The I has its own meaning. The C has its own meaning. Each letter in Diction Fundamental has its meaning. And each meaning has a 3-step formula. So today, we're going to learn about the D, the first letter, and its 3-step formula. Remember, each of the letter in Diction Fundamental has its own meaning. Thank you, Phoebe. Vincent, thank you. PJ, thank you. Taibat, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you. So let's proceed. The D stands for Diction Fundamental. Now, just like when you're building, you need to create a strong foundation. Like, you want to teach a child to be able to read well, you need to create a strong foundation. For you to be a successful person, you need to create a strong foundation. And in the world right now, education still remains that strong foundation we give to our children to make them succeed in life. Now, when it comes to speaking well, when it comes to speaking without faking your accent, remember our objective. For you to be able to speak English well without sounding fake, then you need a strong foundation. And that is Diction Fundamental. Diction Fundamental serve as the building blocks. It serves as the foundation for clear and effective communication. If you watched that home series, Jennifer, you realize that when Jennifer and Adako traveled abroad, when they came back to Nigeria, they wanted to sound like, yes, we also have traveled. And they started using the rhythm, the American rhythm. And because of that, they sounded in a funny way. Now, if you don't want to sound like Jennifer and Adako when they travel, you must master Diction Fundamental. So what are the 3 steps in Diction Fundamental? Step 1 is articulation. Step 2 talks about pronunciation rules. And the 3rd step talks about connected speech. So in this webinar tonight, we will talk about each step, how to do them, what you should do rightly, what you need to stop doing, and how to overcome them. So the first one, clear articulation. What do I mean by clear articulation? In English, the English vowels, they sound alike. I call them family. It's just the way when you see people from the same family, when you say member of a family, and you see another member of a family, something tells you that these people are from the same place. It could be their nose line, it could be their lip, it could be their ear. There's something that look alike that is telling you that these people are family members. Same with the English sounds. The English vowels sound alike. Let's take, for example, on the screen, I have this word. Look at the first word. The first word is rightly pronounced angry. Angry. You need to open your mouth wide and say angry. Now the second word, this word right here, is rightly pronounced hungry. Hungry. Nigerians, we usually pronounce this word as hungry. That's wrong. This word is not hungry. The word is rightly pronounced hungry. It sounds almost like this, but not exactly the same. What is the difference? The first one has letter A, and for you to pronounce the letter A word, you need to open your mouth wide open and say angry. I hope you can see my mouth. Why for the other one, you have a letter H at the beginning of that word. It is important that you sound the letter H. For you to articulate the letter H properly, you need to take a deep breath. You go. Now, the letter U in that word does not sound O. Letter U does not sound O. In Nigeria, we pronounce words with letter U as O. We say under. We say hungry. No, it's wrong. Letter U can make different sounds. But the most common sound letter U makes is ah. I hope you can see my mouth. Ah, 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 ah. You don't open your mouth well. Just open your mouth a bit and say ah. Unlike letter A, for letter A, you need to say ah. Can you see the difference? That is because the vowels in English sound alike, like I mentioned. Some of them are open vowels. You need to open your mouth wide, just like the letter A in angry. Some of them are mid vowels. You don't open your mouth wide. You only open your mouth a bit. While some of them are closed vowels. For closed vowels, you don't open your mouth at all. So you need to understand each sound in the English language. So you know when to open your mouth wide, you know when to open your mouth a bit, and you know when you should not open your mouth at all. So again, say after me. The first word, open your mouth wide and say angry. The man is angry. So it's not the man is angry. The man is angry. Open your mouth wide and say angry. The second word, hungry. Hungry, not hungry. Watch my mouth again. The way Nigerians say it, Nigerians will say hungry. The man is hungry. Can you see my mouth? Oh, it's wrong. Your mouth should not be like that. Your mouth should be like this. Hungry, 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 hungry. Can you see my mouth is spread out and it is not wide open. It is just opened a bit. Unlike when you say hungry, when you say hungry, your mouth is kind of making a spherical shape. Remember I mentioned earlier, when you speak in English, your mouth organ, what your mouth is doing is important. Now let's go to the next words, the next set of words. The first one, cheap. The second one, sheep. If you are like my dad, an average Yoruba person will usually struggle in pronouncing the CH and SH sounds. An average Yoruba person, just like my dad, when you want to pronounce the CH word, you will end up pronouncing the SH word. It's not your fault. It's not our language. But how do you overcome? Let's talk about that. Remember, you being able to pronounce the sounds of the English language well is what gives you that clear articulation. That is the first step. So how do you pronounce CH words? For you to pronounce CH words, you need to put your teeth together and release the sound suddenly. So we go ch, 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 ch. I hope you're doing it. Remember, for you to learn and get transformed, you need to do what I do. Don't just listen, do it. Why? For you to pronounce the SH word. Your teeth will come together as well, but this time you will release the sound slowly. You go sh. So the difference between CH sound and SH sound is how you release the sound. Whether you're saying CH sound or SH sound, your teeth come together. Your teeth will come together. But when it's time for you to release the sound, if you want to make the CH sound, you release the sound immediately. Ch, ch. But if it is SH, you release the sound slowly. Shh. So if you're like my dad, who struggle to pronounce CH words, the next time you're talking or you're reading, and you already know that the next word has CH, the first thing you need to do is to slow down. Don't speak too fast. The second thing you need to do is to make sure that you're releasing the sound suddenly. Because if you forget to release the sound suddenly, you will end up saying the SH sound. So let's practice these two words together. Say after me. Sheep. Sheep. I believe you can hear the difference. Now let's go to the last set of words that I have. The first word, bird. But an average Nigerian will pronounce it like this word. An average Nigerian will say bed. The bed is flying. No. Bed is that one we lie on when it's time to sleep. But when you're talking about that animal that has feathers, you don't say bed. What do you then say? Let's learn how to say it properly. The I and R in this word makes the sound Now that sound can be pronounced in two different ways. In American English, you can pronounce the sound as Americans will add the sound. That is the American pronunciation. The British pronunciation, you will not add the sound. You would only say So I like to say that the American pronunciation is quite easy to pronounce, while the British pronunciation is difficult to pronounce. However, if you ask me, I would say that the British pronunciation is sweeter. And what exactly is the difference? The difference is the R sound. If you can pronounce the American pronunciation, you can also pronounce the British pronunciation. So let's go over it again. Americans will say, they roll their tongue. Americans will roll their tongue. Bird, skirt, first, church. So henceforth, don't say church again. Say church. I went to church this morning if you want to sound like Americans. But if you want to sound like British, all you need to do is don't add sound. Just say put your tongue in the middle and say bird, church, skirt, girl. So you don't say I am a girl, it's I'm a girl or I'm a girl, whichever. So remember again, we're talking about clear and precise articulation. For you to speak clearly, you must pronounce or articulate the sound in each word properly. So for you to do this, what do you need to do? You need to learn the sounds of the English language. In English, there are 26 letters in English. But the letters of the English language are not the same as the sounds. The sounds are different from the letters. The letters are 44. Unlike the sounds are 44. Unlike the letters that are just 26. So on my screen, you can see what I call the IPA chart. IPA chart. If you're following, please type IPA chart in the chat room. And IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. If you're following, please type that in the comment section. IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. If you're following, please type that in the comments. IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. International Phonetic Alphabet. That's the IPA. The IPA is different from the letters. The IPA is different from A to Z. A to Z is only used when we want to write or when we want to spell. But when it comes to speaking, when it comes to reading, you do not need A to Z. What you need is the IPA. And remember, the IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. For those who have written that in the chat, thank you. Thank you, Dogu. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Tessie. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. So you need to learn the International Phonetic Alphabet. So let's learn the International Phonetic Alphabet. I have it on the screen already. You realize that on this chart, you have a part that has the yellow background. The yellow background contains the consonant sounds. Then you also have a part that do not have the yellow background. That part contains the vowel sounds. The vowel sounds are 20 in number, while the consonant sounds are 24. So when we talk about the vowel sounds, they sound like just like I've mentioned, and you need to pay attention to the length of the vowel sound. Some vowels are long, some are short, while some others are gliding. While for the consonant sound, you only need to pay attention to the manner of articulation. What do I mean by manner of articulation? The manner of articulation is what we call what your speech is doing. How is it pronounced? Do I need to open my mouth? Do I need to close my mouth? Is my lips meant to be rounded? Is my lips meant to be wide open? How exactly? That is what we tag the manner of articulation. So this afternoon, we're going to learn these vowels, these sounds, consonant sounds, and some of the vowel sounds, and how to use them in words. So let's start with the consonant sounds. Remember, the consonant sounds are the ones with the yellow background. Now, the first consonant sound is P. Remember, watch my mouth and try to mimic me, do what my mouth is doing. P. P. Your lips need to come together and you release the sound. P. You can have it in words like purse, penis, pencil. So it is wrong to say pencil. The right thing to say is pencil. It is wrong to say penis. The right thing to say is penis. It is wrong to say purse. The right thing to say is purse. Remember the sound we learned in bird. It's a vowel sound. And here is the vowel sound. This is it here. This sound here is the sound in bird. There's also the sound you have in purse. It either you articulate it as an American or a British, whichever. Just make sure you're articulating it rightly. Purse. I can't find my purse. The pencil, pencil. not pencil. When you have words that ends with letter L, make sure that the tip of your tongue touches the upper part of your teeth, like this. Pencil, cell. I hope you can see my tongue. It's not pencil. It's pencil. So the pencil is in the purse. Penis, it's not penis. Touch your penis, etc. Now the next consonant sound we have is B. B. For you to articulate the B sound properly, your lips come together and you release the sound. B. You can have it in words like boat. It's not boat. Remember earlier, I mentioned that the vowel sounds, you need to pay attention to its length. So the vowel that we have in boat is a glide vowel. What does glide means? A glide vowel is a vowel that comes in two pieces. These vowels here are glide vowels. You can see that they come in two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. These are glide vowels. For you to pronounce your glide vowels properly, you need to go slowly from the first sound to the second sound. So this is and this is O. So for you to sound it properly, you need to go slowly from the sound to the O sound. So you go O, 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 as in bird. So when we're singing that poem, row, row, row your boat, it's not row, row, row your boat. It's boat. Another word on B is bucket, not bucket. A lot of people will say bucket. It's not bucket. It's bucket. 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 You don't say bucket. You say bucket. Bucket. And so many other words like that. Now, the next consonant sound that we have is T. 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 You can have words like tennis. Tennis. You can have teacher. Teacher. Not teacher. Now, remember earlier as well, I mentioned that the vowel sounds, some of them are closed vowel. An example of a closed vowel is this sound here. Teacher. The E and R at the end of these vowels makes the closed sound. It makes the sound. So it's wrong for you to say teacher. Don't open your mouth wide at the end of the word teacher, because the last sound that you have in teacher is a closed sound. So the right way to say that word is teacher, not teacher. You don't say, I am a teacher. My daughter teacher. No, my daughter's teacher. Teacher. I am a teacher. Teacher. It is important to know when to open your mouth, when to close your mouth, when to open it so wide when speaking. That's the extent of learning these sounds. Remember, we're learning the consonant sound. The first is P, as in purse. The second is B, as in boat. The third is T, as in teacher. Now the next consonant sound is D. D, 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 D. You can have it in the word daughter. It's not daughter. The word daughter also ends with this closed sound here. So at the end of daughter, don't open your mouth wide. Don't say daughter. Where's daughter? It's not daughter. Americans will say daughter. Where's my daughter? Or where's my daughter? Americans. British would say, where's my daughter? Daughter, daughter, etc. Now the next consonant sound is ch, ch. We have talked briefly already about the CH pronunciation. Ch, ch, ch. Remember, for you to pronounce the ch sound properly, put your teeth together and release the sound immediately. Ch, as in cheese, as in watch, as in match, etc. The next consonant sound is j, 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 j. Now, this sound is that sound you would usually hear in letter J. You have it in words like July. It's not July, it's July. January, not January. It's not January, it's January. July, judge, generator, etc. The next consonant sound is k, as in car, cupboard, not cupboard, 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 not cupboard. Cucumber, not cucumber, cucumber. You don't say cucumber, you say cucumber. The last consonant sound on this roll is g, 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 as in gorilla, not gorilla, g, gorilla. As in gun, as in goat. Remember the vowel sound in boat, the glide vowel sound. That is the same glide vowel sound we have in go. You don't say go, you say go. Go to your room, not go to your room. In fact, I like to say that for ladies in the room, if you're a woman, you're a lady, do not joke with this O sound. I call it the classy sound. It is one of the sounds that make a lady sound classy. If you want to speak in the way that you want to sound classy as a lady, do not joke with that O sound. O. All of those words that Nigerians pronounce as O, you want to change it from O to O. Say O, go, goat, load, mode, phone, etc. So let's go over the consonant sounds again. Please say after me. Watch my mouth. Make sure your mouth is in what my mouth is doing. And you say after me. Purse, penis, pencil, boat, bucket, balloon. So it's not balloon, it's balloon. Teacher, tennis, turtle, daughter, doctor, donkey, cheese, chess, watch, July, January, generator, car, cucumber, cupboard, go, goat, gurgle. Very well. So let's go to the next consonant sounds. So the next consonant sound is you can have it in words like father. It is wrong for you to say father. Say father. It has a long ah sound. Father. My father is sleeping. You should not say my father is sleeping. That's wrong. The right thing to say is my father is sleeping. Future. Photo. So you don't say photo. You say photo. Video. not video. Video. Volume. Volume. Void. Vehicle, not vehicle. Vehicle. The next sound. Now these two sounds are TH sounds. The first one is the voiceless TH sound. You need to put your tongue in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth and blow out air like this. You put your tongue in between your teeth, then you blow out air. You can have words like sing, 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 bath, B-A-T-H, bath, mass, mass, etc. Now the second TH, this one, you also need to put your tongue outside, but this time you are going to make a vibration. So you go this way, v, 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 v. You have what's like this, them, bathe, smoothie, etc. Now in Nigeria, we usually pronounce this TH, we pronounce the words that have the first TH like it has just T. For example, if an Afro Nigerian wants to pronounce these words, an Afro Nigerian will pronounce it like this. If an Afro Nigerian wants to pronounce this one, an Afro Nigerian will pronounce it like this. So instead of an Afro Nigerian to say bath, an Afro Nigerian will say bat. That's wrong. For you to pronounce it rightly, put your tongue in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth and blow out air and say bath, math. If you don't put your tongue out, you're going to be saying maths, and that is wrong. Now for the second TH, you can have it in these words, bathe. An Nigerian will pronounce it like this. And when they have this, they will pronounce it like this. So for you to pronounce it well, all you need to do is put your tongue outside and say bathe, bathe, bathe. It's different from bathe. Bathe is B-A-D-E. So if you're trying to say B-A-T-H-E, make sure your tongue is outside. Make sure you're saying bathe. Instead of an Afro Nigerian should say smoothie. An Afro Nigerian would say smoothie. It's not smoothie. Your tongue should not be inside. Your tongue should be outside. Smoothie. Smoothie. etc. Now the next sound is S. You can have it in sea, snake, south, etc. Now talk about the word south. There is a difference between south and southern. Most people will pronounce this word as southern. It's not southern, it's southern. Southern. I live in southern Nigeria, not southern Nigeria, southern. Now there are some words that have letter S in them, but when you want to pronounce it, you need to pronounce it like letter Z. For example, if you have the word B-A-S-E, R-B-S-E, you have B-A-S-I-C, you have T-A-X-I. These words, most Nigerians will pronounce the first one as base. Base. That's wrong. The S is not sounding like Z. The S remains S. The right thing to say is base, not base. Basic. The S in basic remains S. Don't change it to Z. Say basic. Taxi. Don't say taxi. Now, sometimes letter S change to Z, like in the word rise. In this word, the letter S is sounding like Z. So most times people would say that when you have letter S in between two vowels, letter S will sound like Z. No, that doesn't happen all the times. Sometimes it would happen, just like in rise. The S is in between letter I and letter E, two vowels. So the S is sounding like Z. But in the word base, B-A-S-E, the S is also in between letter A and letter E. Yet, the letter S is not sounding like Z. It's sounding like S, base. So it's not all the times that you need to change the sound of letter S to the sound of letter Z. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you don't need to do it. So how do you know? You know that by learning these sounds, by being able to identify the sounds, so that the next time you want to pronounce such words, you can go to the dictionary to find out how it is being written. So for example, if I'm not sure how this word is being written, if I go to the dictionary, in front of this word, I'm going to find this. I'm going to find this in front of this word. I'm going to find this. This right here is telling me how to pronounce it. This right here is the pronunciation of this word. We call it transcription. So transcription tells us how to pronounce a word. So your ability to identify this sound, your ability to know that this is R, this is I, and this is, tells you that I should pronounce this word as O, raise. I transcribed raise instead of rise. Raise is spelled R-A-I-S-E. That is raise. Raise is different from rise. And it's transcribed this way. So this is raise. The right transcription of rise is so the first one, rise. And the second one, raise. But if I want to transcribe base now, if I want to transcribe base, base will be transcribed this way. The S remains a S. The S didn't change to Z. So most times we cannot say, this is how this word is pronounced, this is how that word is pronounced. We have to read the transcription. The letters of the alphabet do not tell you how to pronounce a word. It is the transcription that tells you how to pronounce a word. And you will not be able to read transcription if you cannot identify these symbols. So let's proceed. The next sound is sh. Sh. We talked about the sh and ch sound earlier. I mentioned that the sh sound exists in our native languages, so it's easier for us to pronounce the sh sound. Now, how do we rightly pronounce it? We pronounce it by putting our teeth together and releasing the sound slowly. Sh. We have it in words like shout, shout, machete. So it's not machete, it's machete. The CH in that word sounds like SH. Yes, sometimes CH will make the sound of SH. For example, CHEF. If I want to pronounce this word, the CH in that word will sound like SH. Another word is chevron. The CH in chevron will sound like SH. Another word is machete. The CH in machete will sound like SH. Another word is chef. Okay, I've written chef. Champagne. The CH in champagne will sound not champion. Champagne. The CH in champagne will sound like SH, E to C. So there are lots of words where CH sounds like SH, like in chef, chevron, machete, among other words. So when you're pronouncing CH sound, do not think that because it has CH, then it must sound ch. No. Sometimes it changes. And do not also think that because the word has SH, it must also sound sh. No. Sometimes it changes. Now the next word is, the next sound rather, is j. 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 For you to pronounce that sound properly, your extreme teeth needs to come together like this. J. 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 Now in Nigeria, we used to think that anytime we have S-I-O-N in a word, it must sound shin. No, it's not always. Sometimes S-I-O-N will not sound j. Sometimes it will sound shin. Let's explore some words. These two words, both words end in S-I-O-N, but they are pronounced differently. The first word, for you to pronounce it, the S-I there sounds like S-H. It makes the sound sh. So you say mission, mission. But in this word, the S-I there makes this sound. It sounds j. So you say vision. If you look at both words, they both end in S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N. Yet, the S-I-O-N in both words aren't pronounced the same way. They're pronounced differently. Why? The reason here is because of the sound that you have before the S-I-O-N. And the word mission, the sound you have before the S-I-O-N is a consonant sound. In the word vision, the sound you have before the S-I-O-N is a vowel sound. So when you have a vowel sound before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N will sound jin. An example is vision, television, excursion, etc. But when you have a consonant sound before S-I-O-N, S-I-O-N will sound shin, as in mission, commission, etc. Please, is this explanation clear? The explanation about S-I-O-N, is it clear, please? Let me know if it's clear in the comments, in the chat. Oh, somebody said my video is dark. Is it better now? My ring light is on now. Is my video better now? Everyone, please maintain absolute silence. Nobody's shouting here. You can check your area. It's silent here. Please, if you have questions, put your questions in your book. We're going to have question and answer time. So when it's question and answer time, you can ask your questions. Is my mouse lighter now, or is it still dark? Then my question again is my explanation on S-I-O-N pronunciation, is it clear? Do you understand it? Okay, it's clear, it's clear. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'll proceed now. So now we'll move to the next set of consonant sounds. But before then, let's practice these ones together. So I have as in photo, as in future, as in film. It's a C. The next one, As in video, volume, view, etc. The next one, I have the TH sound. As in math, bath, theater, etc. The next one, the next TH, I have the. As in bathe, as in bathe, smoothie, clothes, etc. The next one, as in south, snake, base, basic. The next one, as in zip, as in rise, raise, zoo, etc. The next sound, sh, as in shout, shalom, etc. The next, ch, as in cheetah, champion, cheese, chess, etc. Now let's proceed to the last row, the last consonant. The first one here is as in mother, as in month. It's my month of divine visitation, month, not month. So we don't say happy new month. We say happy new month, month. Mother, my mother is sleeping, not mother, etc. The next sound is as in new, nurse, not ness. It's nurse. Now, noun. A lot of people mispronounce now and noun. Now, that is N-O-W. Now. Let's do it now. Noun is N-O-U-N. Now. So there's a difference between noun and now. The next sound, sing, ring, singing, etc. Now, when you have letter N alone in a word, you use the N sound. But when you have N and G in the word, the N sound changes to You pronounce this sound like you're carrying a heavy load. It's a nasal sound. You need your nose to pronounce it rightly. Sing. So we don't say sing. King. We don't say king. Tongue. We don't say tongue. Etc. The next consonant sound. As in house, hat, husband. Now talking about the ha sound. A lot of people, especially the Yoruba people, when we pronounce words that start with vowel letters, we tend to add the sound to it. That is wrong. For example, instead of saying apple, you hear people say something like apple. Instead of saying egg, you hear people say things like egg. We call that H factor. When you have a word that starts with a vowel letter, make sure you're not adding the sound of letter H to it. You don't need it. You only add the sound of letter H to a word that when you spell it, it has letter H. And of course, the H is not silent because sometimes you can have letter H in a word and the H is silent. For example, words like H-O-U-R, it has silent H. H-O-N-E-S-T, it has silent H. H-O-N-O-U-R, it has silent H, among other words. So when you're pronouncing these words, The H in these words are silent. So you should not pronounce the H sound again. So you don't say hour. That is wrong. The H is silent. So you say hour, hour. You don't say honest. That is wrong. You say honest, honest, honest. You don't say honor. That is wrong. You say honor, honor, honor. The H is silent, so don't pronounce it. Same with words that start with vowels. Words like apple, don't say apple. There is no H there. So do not add the sound of H. Now, there are some words that have letter H in them when you spell them, and the H ain't silent. For such words, we must hear the sound of the H when you're saying them. For example, don't say at. The word is hat, H-A-T, hat. If you don't pronounce the H there, it means you're just saying A-T. That's wrong. Don't say husband. That's wrong. Remember, we had learned earlier that letter U do not sound O. It is letter O that sounds O. Letter U most times sounds A. So the right pronunciation is husband. The H is not silent. So the H must be heard. Husband, not husband. So that's it about the sound. You should know when to pronounce it and when not to pronounce it. The next sound that we have is consonant L. Now the L and R sound is also very difficult for some, I think, Calabar people or is it Akwa Ibom to pronounce. When they're trying to pronounce the R sound, they end up pronouncing the L sound. So what is the strategy to helping you pronounce both sound properly? For the L sound, the tip of your tongue needs to touch the upper part of your teeth, like this. Especially when the L is at the end of a word. Love, laugh, school, etc. But when you have the R sound, you need to roll your tongue. Don't just let your tongue touch the upper teeth. Roll the tongue, roll it. So you go, the tongue turns backward, roll it. So instead of saying rise, don't say lies, say rise. It's a C. The next consonant sound here is W, W, W. In words like window, don't say window, say window. The window is open. Window, not window. Window. The last consonant sound is Y. Y. This, remember, all these things we're learning are sounds, not letters. So this is not letter J. It's a sound. It's just looking like letter J. Y. 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 As in yes, yellow, yo-yo, yogurt, yesterday, etc. So let's go over the sounds again. Say after me. Mother, murder, now, noun, nurse. Remember, you need your nose to pronounce it rightly. Sing, king, tongue, hat, husband, house, love, laugh, school, red, river, rich, window, watch, widow, yesterday, yogurt, yo-yo. So these are all the 24 consonant sounds. I'm going to talk 2 questions around the consonant sounds, then we move to the vowel sounds. So if you have questions, please ask. I'm just going to attend to 2 questions now. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to have a question and answer session. So if I do not answer your question now, just write it somewhere so that you can ask once it's question and answer time. So I'm going to answer just 2 questions. 2 questions. What is the difference between now and now? Okay, they're pronounced the same way. They don't have pronunciation differences. But of course, now and now has different meanings. So when you have them in sentences, one of the things that help you to know the pronunciation is to focus on the context in which it is being used, right? So now K-N-O-W can also be pronounced no. So in K-N-O-W, the K is silent. So when you're pronouncing it, we're not pronouncing the K. Any other question? The words aren't displaying. What words? What words, please? That's the only question I can see. Is there any other question? Is there any other question? Oh, my neck hurts. Okay, utility. The word is utility. Utility. Pronounced T-I-O-N and S-I-O-N. T-I-O-N sometimes sounds shun. Sometimes T-I-O-N can sound chun. And the word question, T-I-O-N, the T-I there sounds like C-H. So it's question. And the word nation, the T-I there sounds like S-H, nation. So sometimes T-I-O-N can sound chun or shun. S-I-O-N, sometimes it can sound shun or jun. In excursion, the S-I there sounds jun. In I'm trying to think of a word. In mission, the SI there sounds shin. So it depends on the word. So I'll go back to the lessons. So remember, we're still talking about clear articulation. I showed you my formula, 8 formula, Dick-Cla. And I said today we're learning 1 out of the 8 formulas, the D. And I mentioned that each letter in my formula has 3 steps. So tonight we're learning the 3-step of the D, and the D means diction fundamental. Out of the 3 steps, the first step talks about clear articulation. So we have talked about the consonant sounds. Now let's talk about the vowel sounds. Now the vowel sounds, just like I mentioned earlier, some of them are long, some of them are short, and some of them are glides. Another name for gliding vowels is diphthong. So if you look at the vowel sounds, these are the vowel sounds. You realize that some of them have 2 dots. The ones with 2 dots are the long vowels. Some of them don't have 2 dots. They are the short vowels. While some of them come in 2s. They come in 2. Those are the glide vowels, the diphthongs. Now for the long vowels, for you to pronounce it rightly, you need to make it long. The first vowel there is E. It has the 2 dots, which means it's a long vowel. So I have to make it long. E, as in she, reach, peach, etc. The second sound, A. This is not E, it's A. 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 The way you would say A, B, C, D, E, F. A, that is the sound. The letter A is not A. The right pronunciation is A. So this is A here. Most times when we have letter I sounds A, as in ship, rich, etc. We have O. as in good. When you have letter K at the end of O and O, it will sound O, as in coke, hoke, book. All these words, the O and O in these words sounds O, the sound, book. So it's not book, it's book. It's not hook, it's hook. It's not cook, it's cook. It's not good morning, it's good morning. The next sound here is ooh. So you have words like shoot, broom, school, etc. Remember? E, as in sheep. A, as in ship. O, as in goat. Ooh, as in shoot. Now the next, E, as in bed. Red, bread, leisure, etc. Now this sound, we talked about this sound earlier. I told you it's a weak sound. And most times we have it at the end of a word. When you have E and R at the end of a word, or you have O and R at the end of a word, it makes this sound. I love to call the sound the almighty sure. That is because it is the most significant sound in English. Teacher, doctor, manager, etc. The next sound that we have here is We had talked about this sound as well. Americans articulate it as British articulate it as bird, girl, skirt, first, servant, etc. The next vowel sound, O. Americans pronounce it as R. British says O. Remember, it's a long sound. So you have it in words like do, flow, fall. Let me spell them out. You have it in words like do, flow, fall, always, and so many other words. Americans will pronounce these words like door, floor, fur, always. It depends on how you want to sound. So let's go over these sounds again. The first, E. Please say after me. Sheep. A. Ship. O. Good. Ooh. Shoot. E. Bed. A. Teacher. Bird. O. Do. Now the next sound is ah. You need to open your mouth wide. Ah, as in apple, angle, cat, antelope, not antelope, antelope, athlete, etc. Then here we have ah, ah, ah. Do not open your mouth wide. Just open it a bit. Ah, ah, ah. As in up, cupboard, tongue, under, etc. This also sound like both of them. This has long sound. So you go ah, fa, ka, bath, class, etc. So these three sounds sound alike. Let's go over it again. Ah, ah, Fa. And the last one, as in on, pot, lock, socks, etc. Now note that this particular sound do not exist in the American English. This sound does not exist in American English. So words that have R sound, Americans will rather use the R sound. So when a British man is saying, thank God, an American man will say, thank God. I don't know if you've heard something like, oh my God, instead of, oh my God. Instead of an American man to say, the pot is hot, an American man will say, the pot is hot. So they replace the R sound with R. So henceforth, when you're speaking, you need to pay attention to the length. If the word has the long sounds, take your time to make the words long, even when you're speaking very fast. If the words have short sound, take your time to make sure you pronounce the word in a short way. Now let's go to the glides. The glides, you need to pronounce both sound. Another name for glides is diphthong. So diphthong is a combination of two monophthongs. For example, look at this first sound here. It's a combination of the A sound and the sound. So for me to pronounce this sound, I need to say both sounds. So I need to say air, air, A and air. The word is hair. I am hair. It's not I am yeah. Another Nigerian will say yeah. I am yeah. No. It is I am hair. Hair. The next one is and a. Together we have a. A. An example is wait. Another is o and together we have or. An example is tourist. Tourist. The next is oi. Oi, as in boy. Then the classy sound, remember. Oh. Oh, as in show. Then we have and air. Air, as in hair. So it's not air. It's not I want to plait my hair. It's I want to plait my hair. Hair. The H is not silent. I, as in my. Ow, as in cow. So we have, please say after me, air, hair, a, wait, or, tourist, oi, boy, oh, show, air, hair, I, my, ow, cow. So these are all the vowel sounds. I'll attend to 2 questions around the vowel sounds as well, and we proceed. Remember, we're learning 3-step formula for diction fundamental. We're still on the first formula. We still have the second formula, the second step rather, and the third step out of the 8 formula Dick-Cla. So if you have any question around the vowel sounds, I'll attend to 2 questions. Please send in your questions, then we proceed. Pronounce God and gold. Okay, good. G-O-O-D, good. G-O-L-D, gold. G-O-L-D has a slide. It has the classy sound I talked about. This sound. Oh, gold. That is G-O-L-D. Why G-O-O-D is gold? God has this sound here. the short sound O. Good. So one more question, and we proceed. Is there any other question? Please, I will go back to it on YouTube later. I have to do another meeting. That's fine. When is class ending? Any other question, please? Handle or boogie. Please be careful what you say in my chat. Please be careful what you say in my chat. Please be very careful. Very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Any other question, please? Air and hair. Okay. H-E-R-E is pronounced air. Ear. The difference between these two, I appreciate your feedback, Princess. The difference between these two, H-E-R-E and H-A-R-E, is the vowel sound. Both of them have the ha sound, the H sound, which is not silent. But then when we talk about the vowel sound, they both have the diphthong sound. Now, one of them has the ear sound. H-E-R-E has the ear sound. Please, can you still hear me? H-E-R-E has the ear sound. This is the ear sound. So if you realize, if you look well, you realize that the first sound here is and while the second sound, that is the one we have in H-A-I-R, it has as the first sound. So these two sounds, in fact, these three sounds I'm spotlighting, they sound alike because their ending sound are the same. They all end with the short sound. So the difference is their beginning sound. The beginning sound in H-E-R-E is while the beginning sound in H-A-I-R is So here we have here we have hair. I hope you got the difference now. I believe so. So let's proceed. So now that we have learned clear articulation, you need to be able to master all of these sounds. You need to be able to pronounce them well, so that when you're saying here, it's not sounding like you're saying hair. Your ability to pronounce them well would help you to clearly pronounce your words. Now, you cannot pronounce all English words just by looking at the spelling. You need to learn its pronunciation, and you can do that via the dictionary. But for you to be able to do that, the first step remains you being able to identify all these sounds, both the vowel sounds and the consonant sounds, and being able to pronounce them correctly. That is when you will be able to decode them when you see them in the dictionary. Now, the step 2 is pronunciation rules. Now, for you to clearly use the rules, one of the first rules that is very important in pronunciation is the vowel length. How do you identify, how do you know when the word has a short vowel or when the word has a long vowel? Now look at the sentence here. The first sentence, it says, "Can I sit on the seat, please?" In Nigeria, we usually pronounce this word S-I-T and S-E-A-T. We usually pronounce them together. We pronounce them the same way. You would hear something like seat, seat. In fact, some English teachers will say that they are homophones. No, they are not. S-I-T has the vowel sound A. It has the A sound. So the right way to pronounce this is sit. S-I-T is rightly pronounced sit. While S-E-A-T is rightly pronounced seed. What's the difference? S-I-T has a short vowel, A, while S-E-A-T has a long vowel, E. That is the difference in terms of vowel length. There are other differences. So how was I able to identify them? How did I know that SIT has a short vowel and SEAT has a long vowel? One of the things that helped me is the fact that I have mastered the sound. The second is sometimes when you have just one vowel letter in a word, sometimes, not all the times, that vowel letter will make the short sound. But when you have more than one vowel letter, for example, in the word seat, I have two vowel letters, E and A. Sometimes it can be a glide, and sometimes it can be a long sound. Except if one of the letters are silent. If none of it is silent, then when you have more than one vowel letter in a word, it will not make a short vowel. So in this sentence, can I sit on the seat, please? I have can. Can has a short vowel. I have I. I has a glide vowel. So I will not say can I, rather I would say can I, not I, a glide. You need to move slowly from the first sound to the second sound. The next one, sit. It has a short vowel. Can I sit? The next word, on, it has a short vowel as well. Can I sit on? The next word, it has a short vowel. Can I sit on the next word, seed, E, it has a long vowel. Can I sit on the seat, please? Please also has a long vowel. Take note, the S in please sounds like a Z. Can I sit on the seat, please? Another thing you need to pay attention to in this sentence is that you are asking a question. So when you're asking a question, you are expected to use either a rising tone or a falling tone. If the question you're asking is a yes or no question, a yes or no question is a question that when you ask, the answer would either be yes or no. So if that is the kind of question you're asking, then you should use a rising tone. Can I sit on the seat, please? So you don't say, can I sit on the seat, please? No. Can I sit on the seat, please? Let's say it together. Can I sit on the seat, please? Where I have a long vowel, I make sure that I said it long. Seat, please. Where I have a short vowel, I make sure that it's short. It's not long. Excuse me. And because it's a yes or no question, I need to use a rising tone at the end of my question. Can I sit on the seat, please? Now the next sentence. The first word, she has a long vowel. Bought has a long vowel. The has a short vowel. Pot has a short vowel. Hot has a short vowel. The has a short vowel. Port has a long vowel. And again, this is a statement. So when I'm saying a statement, I'm expected to use a falling tone. When saying a statement, you are expected to use a falling tone. So how do I say this? She bought the pot at the port. She bought because it has a long vowel. She bought the pot. Pot has a short vowel. She bought the pot at the port. Port has a long vowel. Let's say it together. She bought the pot at the port. Can I sit on the seat, please? She bought the pot at the port. Vowel length. Another thing about pronunciation rule, aside from vowel length, is silent letters. Now in English, you do not pronounce a word the way it is being spelled. When you see a word, Sometimes some of the letters that you use in spelling that word should not be said when pronouncing the word. So such letters are the letters we pronounce or we call silent letters. So for example, the word listen. It is wrong to say listen or listen. The right thing to say is listen. Listen. The T is silent and the S is not sounding like Z. The S remains a S. Listen. The next is Wednesday. Wednesday. You do not say Wednesday. You say Wednesday. Wednesday. The S in that word sounds like Z, unlike the first one where the S remains a S. Wednesday. The next word, receipt. The P is silent. So we should not say receipt. Do not pronounce the P. Say receipt. Muscle, not muscle. Sandwich. You can also say sandwich. The D is silent, so we don't say sandwich. Sandwich. Island. The S is silent. Cupboard, not cupboard. The P is silent. Cupboard. Knife. The K is silent. Salmon. The L is silent. It's not salmon. Castle. The T is silent as well. Answer. The W is silent. Hour. The H is silent. Comfortable. Comfortable does not have 4 syllables. It has 3 syllables. Comfortable. Comfortable. Don't say comfortable. Scissors. The C is silent. Doubt. Don't say doubt. Code. The L is silent as well. So say after me. Listen. Wednesday. Receipt. Muscle. Sandwich. Island. Cupboard. Knife. Salmon. Castle. Answer. Hour. Comfortable. Scissors. Doubt. Code. I believe we got that. Now let's move to the last step. Step 3. Oh, PSN is out. Excuse me, please. Let me get someone to turn on the generator. Okay. Now to the last step under Dick-Cla, under Diction Fundamental. But before I go to the last step, I'd like to read your feedback. If you're learning in this class, if you think the class is worth how much you have paid, if you're getting value, please let me know in the WhatsApp group. Not in the comments, please. Please send it to the WhatsApp group. I'd like to read your comments. If you're enjoying the class, if you're learning, let me know in the WhatsApp group, the group where you got the link to join this class. So I'll be in that group to read your feedback while we get the power on. Let me know in the group, in the WhatsApp group. Let me know if you're getting value from this class. Let me know if it's worth how much you've paid while we're getting the power back. I'm in the WhatsApp group now. Thank you, Christy. Christy says, very interesting. Thank you. I'd like to read from more people. Oh, thank you, Amalayo. Amalayo says, I love your pronunciation. Joya says, the class has been great and interesting. Comfort says, I am learning. Olufunsha says, thank you. Phoebe says, so worth it, ma'am. Thank you, Phoebe. I really appreciate your feedback. Jennifer says, well done, Diction Queen. Says, the class is amazing. I can't believe I paid just 1,000 for this. Orimo says, wow, it's great. Becky says, very interesting. Tony says, I'm learning. Zizi says, interesting. God bless you. Amen. Somebody says, impactful. Another person says, very good class. Yes, the recording will be sent to the group. It was sent to this group after the class. Becky says, thank you. I'm having value, very interesting, well done, you're the best, I'm enjoying, very interesting, I must say you're a good motivator, you're wonderful, ma'am, I'm enjoying it, value for money, top notch, very interesting. I appreciate you, I appreciate you, I appreciate you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate your feedback. I sincerely appreciate you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so kindly. I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate it, thank you. Thank you so very much. So the power is almost on. So let's proceed. I sincerely appreciate your feedback. At least it's giving me energy to proceed. Thank you. Okay, let's proceed. The gen will be up very soon. So let's talk about connected speech. Now in English, aside from learning the sounds, which is great, I would say to you, if you've not mastered the sound, if you've not mastered the sounds, do not move to pronunciation rules. In fact, the sounds and pronunciation rules, they're kind of interwoven. But you know, talking about connected speech is a big deal on its own. So I would say to you, if you've not mastered your sounds, you don't know where your sound is silent, where it is not silent, do not proceed to connected speech. Because if you do, you're going to sound like Jennifer. You're going to sound so funny. Have you ever watched a movie and it seemed like you heard what the person said at the beginning, you heard what the person said at the end, but somewhere in the middle, it seemed like the person is doing some acracadabra. Have you ever watched a movie like that? It seemed like I heard what the person said at the beginning, at the middle. Sometimes you would even have to rewind and rewind, yet you wouldn't hear what they have said. It is not because they are speaking jargon or they are speaking rubbish. Many times it is because of connected speech. So what exactly is connected speech? Connected speech is what happens when you put your words together, when you turn 3 words, 4 words, 5 words, 6 words, 7 words, on and on like that into just one expression. Look at the examples I have on the screen. I have the car is faulty. Let me write it out in a way that will make sense. Here is the original expression. Here is the original expression. But if I use connected speech for this, it's going to sound like this. The car and is will come together as one word. Is faulty. This is what we call connected speech. So connected speech is when you link 2 words, 3 words, on and on like that, together to sound like just one word. There are different connected speech. The very common one is what we call linking R. Linking R happens when you have a word that ends with letter R, and the next word starts with a vowel. Just like in the example I gave. The word car ends in letter R. The next word starts with a vowel. Now, because the first word car ends in letter R, and the next word starts with a vowel, you are expected to link these two words together. So when you read it, it sounds like the car is, the car is faulty, instead of the car is faulty. In Nigeria, when we speak 1-1. That is the way our native languages are. So it's not our fault. It is who we are. But for us to speak the English language well, you need to make sure you're not speaking 1-1. You're not saying the words in a sentence individually. You need to link some of them up. You need to put them together. Another example, my father and mother are sleeping. Let me write out the sentence so it can make sense. My father and mother are sleeping. Now look at this sentence. Remember, if a word ends with letter R and the next word starts with a vowel, you need to link them. So in this sentence, first I have father. Father ends in letter R. The next word, and, starts with a vowel. So I need to link both. So it becomes fatheren instead of father and. It becomes fatheren. Also, in the word mother, it ends with letter R. The next word after mother also starts with a vowel, ah. So I need to link both also. So instead of saying my father and mother are sleeping, what I've said now is I had pronounced my words well. My father and mother are sleeping. I had used the first and second step, but I didn't use the last step. Now let's say that sentence again, making sure we had used the first, second, and third steps. It's going to sound like this. My father and mother are sleeping. Hey, where's your father and mother? My father and mother are sleeping. A native English speaker will not tell you, my father and mother are sleeping. To them, you're speaking like a rookie, like someone who's just learning English. But of course, in Yoruba, I can say, Baba mi ati mama mi nsun. Correct. Yoruba language, you can say them 1-1-1. Igbo language, you can say it 1-1-1. But in English, you should not say it 1-1-1, because if you do, you won't be totally wrong. But to those listening to you, it then sounds like you're just learning. It would not sound natural again. Remember, we are learning how to speak English in a natural way, such that it doesn't sound like we're faking it. But it sounds natural. Connected speech. Like I said, there are different types of connected speech, but the common one, the most common one is linking R. And when do you use linking R? You use linking R when you have a word that ends with letter R, and the next word starts with a vowel. We also use linking R when we have similar sounds. But of course, I'm not going to go into that details tonight, because I know that you have other things to attend to. So let's move to the next, still under connected speech, and that is intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of the pitch of your voice when you speak. Intonation is like that melody you add to music. When you're singing, if you're a Christian, when you're singing your praise and worship, there's a way you change your pitch at the end. There's a way you sing, like, let's assume I'm singing a poem and I'm going, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. That is pitch at the end. If I do it rightly, my poem will sound so beautiful to your ear. But if I use the wrong pitch, my poem will sound so ugly to your ear. Same with intonation. Intonation is simply how you go up and down, but there is a rule to it. You don't just go up and down for going up and down's sake. You should know when to go up, when to come down, when to go up, going to come down. So when you do it rightly, you sound so beautiful to the hearing. And your audience will love you. They'll want to keep listening to you. But if you do it wrongly, you will sound like Jennifer and Adaku, the way they sounded when they traveled in the movie Geneva. So let's briefly talk about intonation. Like I mentioned, there are two major types of intonation, the rising intonation and the falling intonation. When do you use the falling intonation? You use the falling intonation when you have a WH question. A WH question is a question that starts with a WH word. For example, what is your name? Don't say, what is your name? It's wrong. Say, what is your name? Who are you? Where have you been? What's happening there? Why are you shouting? Not why are you shouting? When you're asking a question that starts with a WH, at the end of that question, your tone should fall. Let's practice together. Say after me. What is your name? Where have you been? Why are you shouting? What do you want? etc. You also use a falling intonation when making a statement. Examples of statements are, I'm tired. I'm learning. I got value. I need to eat. I need water, etc. Now talk about a rising intonation. You use a rising intonation when you're asking a yes or no question. For example, have you eaten today? I talked about a yes or no question earlier. A yes or no question is a question that you either answer yes to or no. If I ask you, have you eaten today? You would either say, yes, I have eaten, or no, I haven't eaten. So that is an example of a yes or no question. When you're asking a yes or no question, you use a rising tone. Have you eaten today? Are you feeling sleepy? Are you happy? Is your name Bukola? etc. You use a rising intonation. We also use a rising intonation when we are listing objects. So if I'm listing object, if I'm saying that I love to eat pineapples, hamburger, and oranges. So when I'm listing objects, you need to use a rising intonation until you get to end. I like to say that intonation is just like punctuation marks. When you're writing, you need punctuation marks to make your writing meaningful. When you're speaking as well, you need intonation. It is intonation that tells the person listening to you the emotion you're trying to pass. Intonation, like I mentioned earlier, is just like melody to music. Without that melody, the music is not interesting. It's just spoken words. But once you add melody to it, then it's making more sense. It sounds like something that I might want to shake my body for. Maybe I might even go down dancing. Now, still on the connected speech, we have word stress. Unlike our native languages, when you have a word in English, once the word has more than one syllable, it is important for you to stress the word. So when you have a word in English, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, how many syllables does this word have? If the word has more than one syllable, then you should stress it. How do you stress the word? You stress a word by saying the word louder, longer, and clearer. You stress a word by saying the word louder, longer, and clearer. So when you have a word, for example, the word table, an average Nigerian will pronounce the word as table, 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 with the same level of stress. That is because our native languages are not stressed time. They are syllable timed. That means that each syllable in a word in our native languages, we pronounce them the same way. But in English, the syllables in a word aren't pronounced the same way. One syllable has to be said louder, longer, and clearer, while the other syllables should not be said loud, should not be said long, and should not be said clear. So when you have a word, the moment the word has more than one syllable, then one of the syllables must be stressed. One of the syllables must be said louder, longer, and clearer. But how do you know the one that should be stressed? You need to learn stress rules. You need to learn about stress rules. There are about 35 stress rules that you must learn. But tonight, let's talk about two of them. The first rule says, when you have a word that has two syllables, if the word is a noun or an adjective, then you should stress the first syllable. For example, the word table. Remember, it's wrong to say table. The right thing to say is table. So how did I know that I should stress the first syllable? By learning the stress rule. So the rule says, if the word has two syllables, table has two syllables, and bull, it has two syllables. And it is a noun. Remember, a noun is a word that names something. Table is telling us the name of an object. So it's a noun. So because the word is a noun, and because it has two syllables, then we say that the first syllable should be stressed. It means that the first syllable should be said louder, longer, and clearer. Table, table. Another example is climate. Climate, not climate. It's climate. You're stressing cly. That is why it is written in capital letter on my screen. You're stressing cly. You're saying cly louder, longer, and clearer. While the other part, you will not say loud, you will not say long, you will not say clear. Climate. Another example is spacious. Spacious has two syllables, and it's an adjective. Remember the rule again. If you have a word that has two syllables, if it's a noun or an adjective, you should stress the first syllable. Spacious. So I'm stressing the first syllable. Spacious. Now, if the word has two syllables and it's a verb or a preposition, you are expected to stress the second syllable. Like in the word decide. The side is a verb and it has two syllables. So because of that, I'm stressing the second syllable. The side. It is side that I said loud, long, and clear. Another example is require. Require. Choir. I said choir louder, longer, and clearer because the word has two syllables and it's a preposition. So remember the first rule again. If the word has two syllables and it's a noun or an adjective, you should stress the first syllable. But if the word is a verb or a preposition, you should stress the second syllable. So please say after me. Climate, decide, spacious, democracy, geographic, critical. Talk about words that ends with al. Please, it's not critical. It's not usual. It's not special. The a there makes the sure sound. Remember the sure sound, that closed sound. It's pronounced like this. So it's critical, cool, not critical. Don't open your mouth to say cal because the a there is making a closed sound. You need to close your mouth. Critical, cool, not cal. Usual, not usual. Hospital, not hospital. Special, not special. Etc. Knowledge. Require. Extension. So that is it about stress. Now it's question and answer time before I proceed. I have about 70-something pages of slide. I just got to page 40. So if you have questions, please ask. Let me attend to some questions, then I proceed. What time is it? It's almost 8. We should be done by 8 p.m. By 8 p.m., we should round off. So if you have questions, please ask your questions before I proceed. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate your feedback. Fumi says, what is linking R? I mentioned that. Linking R is when you are linking words that ends in letter R, you're linking it with another word that starts with a vowel. When you have a word that ends with letter R, and the next word starts with a vowel, when you link them, we say that you're doing what we call linking R. How are you in intonation? How do you say how are you? Okay. How are you is a WH question. Remember, WH questions are questions that start with WH word. How is a special WH word. So remember, and when you're asking a WH question, you're using a falling tone. So the question should be said like, how are you? How are you? How are you? The word is global, not global. Global. I ask for global visibility. Amen. I seek global visibility. I seek global blessing. I want to be a global blessing on earth. Global, not global blessing. So remember when we started, I shared with you my formula. Who can remember that formula? What is that formula again? What is that formula? Who can remember? Who can remember? What is the formula I shared with you at the beginning? Who can remember? Anyone? 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 I would attend to other questions after the class. Who can remember the formula? Who can remember the formula? Oh, nobody. Okay. I'll say it. Dick-Cla. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Gloria remembered. Dick-Cla. And if you look at Dick-Cla, Dick-Cla has about 8 letters. And I said that each letter has its meaning. And each meaning has a 3-step formula. Today, we have learned the first letter, and we have learned the 3-step of the first letters. Remember, the first step is clear articulation. Make sure that when you're pronouncing a word, the sounds in that word, you're pronouncing it rightly. The second step talks about the length, vowel length. It talks about pronunciation rules. It talks about silent letters. When you're saying a word, ask yourself, is it a long vowel or a short vowel or glide? Whichever it is, make sure you're doing likewise. Ask again, does it have silent letters? If it has silent letters, make sure you're not pronouncing the letters that are silent. If it does not have, make sure you're pronouncing all the sounds properly. Then the third step talks about connected speech, intonation, word stress. Connected speech, I talked about one of them. There are about 7 types of connected speech, but I talked about one of them, which is linking R. When you have a word that ends with letter R, and the next word starts with a vowel, link them. Say them together, just like one word. Right? I talked about intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of the tone of your voice when you're speaking. And I talked about stress. When a word has more than 1 syllable, you must stress it. So now that you know the first part of the formula, I think it is important for you to know the other parts of the formula. If you agree to that, if you'd like to know the other parts of the formula, let me know in the chat. If you'd like to know the other part of the formula, let me know in the chat. How do I remember these words to use in my everyday speech? I don't understand. I don't understand that question. No, I can't share my slide, but you get the recording. I cannot share my slide. You'd only get the recording. Okay, Bonita says yes. Oruta says I'm interested. Cynthia says yes. Oluwakemi says yes. Very good. So if you'd like to learn the other part of the formula, and not just learning, at the beginning I said learning brings about knowledge, awareness. It makes you know. But there's something greater that you need, and that is mastery. It is mastery that has helped me to be able to get opportunities with my speaking skill. So if you'd like to learn so you can know the other part of the formula and also master, then I have an offer for you. One thing mastery will do for you is it would help you to become that speaker who impresses their listeners every time and everywhere you speak. That is who I have become. When I attend trainings, when I go for seminars, when I go anywhere, I want to speak. Because I know that the moment I open my mouth, somebody in the audience will like how I sound. They would want to connect with me. And from that connection, opportunities abound. So if you're interested in changing how you sound, if you're interested in speaking positively, if you're interested in speaking well, excuse me, please. Maybe the water is on. Water heater or microwave or something. Water heater or microwave, maybe they are on. So if you're interested, excuse me, pardon me for that. So if you're interested in changing how you speak positively in 6 weeks, then you should know, not just know my proven formula, you should also master my proven formula. And that's what we do at the Diction Mastery Academy. The Diction Mastery Academy is a 6 weeks academy. It runs for 6 weeks, where you learn every day, Mondays to Saturday. And after the learning, 3 things happen. The first thing that usually happens is your communication abilities must have been enhanced, such that your words can start to command attention anywhere you go. The second thing we do is, in the 6 Week Diction Mastery Academy, we help skyrocket your confidence, such that you're not scared to speak to anybody or anywhere. And lastly is, we help elevate your professional image. If you're a professional here, and maybe at work you're not respected, or they don't even allow you to talk during meetings, then you need to be at the 6 Weeks Diction Mastery Academy. Would help elevate your professional image to new heights. Inside the academy, we ensure personalized attention, such that we closely track your progress and your transformative journey. How do we do that? Mondays to Fridays, you get access to our e-learning platform, where you would learn with our lessons at your preferred time. Whether you're 9 to 5, or you work from home, or you're a pastor, or whatever, you learn at your convenient time, Mondays to Fridays. You can learn during the midnight, you can learn at night, early in the morning, at your preferred time, Mondays to Friday, you learn. Why on Saturday by 8 p.m., we meet on Zoom, something like this, where I have the opportunity to listen to you. We can ask everyone to start talking here because this is a webinar. But in the 6 Weeks Diction Mastery Academy, each person has the opportunity to speak. I will listen to you and I would give feedback. Mondays to Friday as well, when you access the e-learning platform, each lesson has a task. So Mondays to Friday, you have access to videos that are less than 10 minutes at your preferred time, any time that is convenient for you. You access the video. Each lesson has an assignment, a short assignment that you send via voice note. Remember, this is a speaking class. Then by 6 p.m., we give feedback of what you have sent to the group to say, oh, you pronounced this word well, you didn't pronounce this one well, you need to do this, you need to do that. We give feedback daily, Mondays to Fridays. Why on Saturday via Zoom? We come live here. I ask you to turn on your video, I listen to you speak, I watch your mouth, and I give feedback and tell you, oh, I don't think you're the one that have been submitting assignments Mondays to Friday. I think it's somebody who is helping you. Because right here, you can't do what you've been doing Mondays to Friday. I tell you what you're doing rightly, what you need to do, etc. So it's an academy that focuses on what you need. It's not a webinar like this that we just teach generally. This one focuses on what you need. We listen to you, we know what you need, and we tell you what you need to start to do for 6 weeks. If you're in the academy, these are the things you would get. You get access, lifetime access to our e-learning platform. Even after the 6 weeks, you get access to the e-learning platform. For example, some people who attended the e-learning platform, the 6 Weeks Academy last year, they still have access to the academy until date. Even when we update, sometimes we post new lessons on the e-learning platform. Even after you're done, you get a notification that there's an updated lesson that you need to watch. Even after the 6 weeks, you can get access to it with your password and email. You also get access to 55 practical training sessions. You get access to quizzes. The quizzes are Mondays to Fridays. Anytime that is convenient for you, you take your quiz, you submit via voice note to the group, and we give you feedback. We listen to your voice note and tell you what you did well, what you didn't do well, what you should do. You get access to 12 live training sessions on Zoom like this. I told you it's going to be an interactive one because we have less people on the call. It's an academy. We don't enroll a lot of people, just few number of people. You also have access to our private WhatsApp group. In the private WhatsApp group, we have what we call the conversational club. If you want to improve your English, aside from learning, you need to have a group of people you practice with. That is what we do in that group. You have a group of people you practice with, like some people that are already in the 6-week Diction Mastery Academy. Next week, Thursday, we'll be having a conversational club. We do that twice a month. It comes as a bonus for you for attending the Diction Mastery Academy. You also have access to unlimited personal support from the Diction Queen, which means if you have a presentation at work, you can reach out to me because you're in the 6-week Diction Mastery Academy, and I'll support you. I'll tell you, okay, do it this way, do it that way. I'll give you suggestions, etc. These are the things you would get if you attend the 6-week Diction Mastery Academy. So how does the academy run? The first thing is to register for the 6-week Diction Mastery Academy by paying a certain amount. The second is to log into your e-learning platform. Each participant has an e-learning platform. You have your dashboard where you take your lessons and so many other things. Then you watch your lessons Mondays to Fridays at your preferred time, any time that is convenient for you. If you prefer to learn by midnight, it's fine. If you prefer to learn early in the morning before you go to work or when you're at work, anytime, Mondays to Friday, you have access to the lessons, to the trainings. Each lesson comes with a quiz. You attempt the quiz and submit in the e-learning platform. And during the weekend, you jump on the live session, an interactive Zoom session, where we would always have recordings for some people that would not always meet up. There's always recording, just like we recorded this, that you can watch later every Saturday. One big thing about the Diction Master Academy is for the live session during the weekend, even after the 6 weeks, you can still join the Zoom session. Yesterday, we had a Zoom session for those that are already in the academy. Right now in the academy, we have over 1,000 participants in the academy. Over 1,000 in the academy on different cohorts. So one of the cohorts yesterday, we had their session yesterday. And those that have even stopped, that have ended their lesson on the e-learning platform, they can still join because we see it as an access for you to keep practicing. So what do you need to join the 6-week Diction Master Academy? All you need is $65, and that's about 90,000 naira. That's the amount. However, because you are here, because you attended this webinar, because you're still here until now, which means you're interested, I have a bonus for you. It means that because you're here, you won't have to spend up to 90% of 90,000 naira. You won't even have to spend 45,000. All you need to get into the academy is 30,999 naira instead of 90,000. Aside from that, you would get my 100% money back guarantee. What this means is, if you're enrolled in the 6-week Diction Master Academy, and after taking the lessons, you do not get transformed. You can record this part so you can play it at that point. You will be refunded the money you have paid, complete money, 100% money back guarantee. If you're enrolled in the 6-week Diction Mastery Academy and after 6 weeks, after you do everything I ask you to do, and you don't get results, I will refund your money 100%. Aside from that, you would also get my bonuses. These are the bonuses I have for you. I have short presentation videos, 20 of them. I sell these for 20,000, but you're going to get it for free. I have my vocabulary development PDF. This is for people that struggle with remembering the right words to use when speaking. If you are always at the loss for word when you speak, then you need my vocabulary development PDF. It's 3,500, but if you enroll on the 6-week Diction Master Academy, you get it for free. You'd also get my video on how to never be at a loss for word. This was a webinar we did in March, and those that attended paid 7,500 naira. But you're going to get the replay for free if you enroll on the 6-week Diction Master Academy. You'd also get my PDF on Know Your Silent Words. One of the things we learned tonight that would help you is knowing your silent words. I have an ebook that highlights the words that are silent, words that have silent A, words that have silent B, words that have silent C, up to words that have silent Z. I sell the PDF for 2,500 now, but you get it for free if you enroll on the Academy. You can also get my ebook on English punctuation marks. When I asked us to leave our feedback in the group, a lot of us couldn't leave a nice feedback. Due to grammar. I read, I'm learning, I'm getting value. You do not start a sentence with am. It is I am learning, I am getting value. To see, this is what I explained in this punctuation mark book, and you get it for free as well. You'd also get my 100 common grammatical errors and their corrections. Instead of paying 5,500 naira to get this, you get it for free. You'd also get 10 commonly misused expressions and their corrections. I sell this for 3,000, but you'd as well get it for free if you enroll on the 6-week Diction Master Academy. You also get a video on how to earn more with your diction skills. This video is sold for 15,000 naira on our website, but if you enroll on the 6-week Diction Master Academy, you would get it for free. You'd also get all of these bonuses are worth 82,000 naira, but you're getting them for free. Plus, you get my complete refund assurance if you enroll on the 6-week Diction Master Academy and you do not get results. You would get all of these for free. Remember, the Academy is 90,000, but because you're here, you're getting it for 30,999 naira, plus bonuses worth 82,000 naira. Now, this is what some of my students in the Academy are saying. This is Peaceful. Peaceful is from Kenya. Peaceful says, the class has been an insightful one, blah, 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 blah. Your corrections are made with love. You can read with me. I don't want to bore you, but I love this part. That is the third paragraph. Peaceful says, it was 2 weeks in training when I emerged the best speaker in a debate competition. While practicing, I heard your voice in my head, pronouncing those words correctly. This is from another person, right? This is another person. This person says, our videos are so self-explanatory. When I asked you to leave feedback, somebody said the webinar was really well explained. One thing about me is I teach like I'm teaching someone who doesn't have an idea of whatever I'm saying so that you can understand well. So the lessons on the e-learning platform are so well explained, easy to understand. All you need to do is follow my lesson. She further went to say the best thing I like in our training is she never leaves your hand until you become master. That is one thing. That's why I said that even some people that they have left, they are done with their 6-week academy, we still give them access to the Zoom session. We tell them, come every weekend, come and practice with us, attend the conversational club, so that you keep practicing, you keep improving. I do not leave you until you become a master. This person was a diction teacher when she enrolled, and this is what she has to say. You can take screenshots of them and confirm or read, right? So we have, I can start to count how many testimonials we have, video testimonials, written testimonials, audio testimonials, and all, they are all there. So if you're interested in the 6-week Diction Master Academy, do not waste time, as we only have limited slots. Now, because you're still here tonight, I have a special offer for just 20 people. Remember, the Academy is sold for 90,000, but I'm giving you the opportunity to get it for 30,999 naira tonight and still get my bonuses worth 82,000. But because you're still here tonight, I have an offer, special offer for just 20 people. Once we get 20 people, the offer is out of the table. So it means that if you're really ready, get your phones ready. Once you get 20 people, the offer goes back to its normal fee. So what is the offer? For 20 people tonight, I have a massive discount. So if you're ready, get your phones, as I will be giving just 20 people the opportunity to get into the academy tonight for just 20,999 naira instead of 90,000. Plus, you will still get all the bonuses I mentioned. You would also still get the 100% refund assurance. So if you'd like to improve your pronunciation, so that when you speak, people will naturally love you, you will sway your audience, and they will naturally consider you for opportunities, then you should take this offer by paying just 20,999 naira to the account details on the screen. Remember, once 20 people make payments, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. So if I were you, if you're really interested, you're really serious about changing how you speak. Somebody sent me a message a few days ago. He said, I'm tired. It wasn't a written message, it was a voice note. She said, I'm tired. Like I could feel the tiredness in her voice. She said, I'm really tired. Anywhere I go to, she's not she's not living in Nigeria, but she's in Nigeria. Anywhere I go to, before I say two sentences, they would already tell me you're from Nigeria, right? There's a way I sound and people already know where I am. If you're here on this call, you need to register on the 6-week Diction Master Academy. If you're like that person, do not joke with it. Another person sent me a voice note and said, every time I talk, when we get home, my children will tell me, Mommy, you make a lot of mistake. Mommy, you do this, Mommy, you do that. If you're here, if you're not satisfied with how you speak, then the 6-week Diction Master Academy is where you should be. Instead of getting in for 90,000, you can get in right now for just 20,999 naira. And this offer is only open for 20 people. I believe the account details is already in the group in case you can take a screenshot. Once you get 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. If I were you, I'll save myself that 10,000 naira and roll. Another thing about the 6-week Diction Master Academy is it comes with certificate. A lot of you that are asking about certificate for this webinar, we're not giving out certificate for the webinar. But for the 6-week Diction Master Academy, it comes with a recognized certificate. I remember one of our participants who traveled, and when she traveled with a group of Muslim women. And when she got there, she said that all the children they traveled with, except her daughter, their classes, they had to repeat their classes. Why? Because they could not understand what the English native speakers are saying. So that alone led them to repeat them. So those that were in primary 3 before they traveled, they had to take them to like primary 1, some primary 2. It was only her daughter who retained her class. And before she traveled, she enrolled her child for our kiddies course. Also for her, she was so thankful that she had a certificate, because aside from being able to easily understand the native speakers, aside from her being able to communicate with them easily, the certificate was also a plus for her in her resume. So if you need a certificate to boost your CV around communication, this is another reason why you should enroll on the 6 weeks Diction Master Academy. Our certificate is recognized nationwide. You can use it for anything, for a job interview, for anything, name it, you can use it. So if you want to make your payment, the account details is right on the screen. Make your payment to the UBA account. Once you make your payment, please send your receipts to the group. Our admin is already in the group. Once we have 20 people, we won't be allowing you pay 20,999 naira again. Right now, you can still pay 20,999 naira. Once you get 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. If I've made your payment, let me know so I can start counting. Once you get 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. No, you cannot pay 15,000. The fee is 20,999 naira. 20 payments made, okay? Once you get 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,900. Okay, I have 2 people now. Once you get the first 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. 2 people have paid. Once you get 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. Plus, if you make your payment now, you're still getting all the bonuses. The bonus is worth 82,000. You get a lifetime access to our e-learning platform. After the 6 weeks, you can attend the Zoom session as well. And of course, if you don't get value for your money, quote me anywhere, you get 100% payback. I'm going to pay you back your money 100%. So if you have questions about what we have learned today, the webinar, or you have questions about the 6-week Diction Master Academy, please feel free to ask. Can I get more details more? Can I message you on Instagram? More details about what? You can ask specific questions so I can attend to you. Is there a certificate for the training? Yes, there's a certificate for the Diction Master Academy. No certificate for this webinar, but there is a certificate for the Diction Master Academy. Account details. The account details is on the screen. You can also check the group for the account details. Did you get account details on the screen? That's the account. Can you send direct message through WhatsApp? Yes, but if you have made your payment, please send your payment to the group. If you have made your payment, send your payment to the group so that admins can see it. Because once we get 20 people, anyone who's paying afterwards will have to add more money to reach to complete it. So if you have made your payment, just send your payment to the group. Any other questions? Do you train people for public speaking? Yes, we have a personalized coaching program. So for public speaking, yes, you can attend a personalized coaching program. It runs for 6 weeks as well. It is customized to suit your needs. If you want to know more about it, just reach out to me. But yes, we have a personalized coaching program. It's 300,000. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me. You can leave a message in the group or reach out to me personally. Okay, 10 people have paid. So once we get 20 people, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. 10 people have paid. 10 people have paid. 10 people have paid already. So 20,999 naira, not 20,000, please. It is 20,999 naira. 20,999 naira. 14 people have made payment. Once we get to 20, the fee goes to 30,999 naira. Do we have any other questions? Do we have any other questions? Do you have questions about the academy, or you have questions about the webinar? Let me know. Or you have questions about myself? Or you have questions about the 6-week Diction Master Academy? Or questions about the webinar? Ask your questions, please. Okay, the academy days and time. The academy runs for 6 weeks, Mondays to Saturdays. Mondays to Friday, you get access to the e-learning platform at your preferred time. If you're a student, you can decide to say, I will learn when I return from school. It's fine. If you are a 9 to 5, you can say, I will learn when I return from work. Fine. You can set to say, I will learn during the midnight. Fine. If you're not in Nigeria, you can set to say, I will learn during the anytime, Mondays to Friday, at your own preferred time. The time that suits you, Mondays to Friday. On Saturdays, we meet via Zoom at 8 p.m. The Zoom session is usually an interactive one, and it's usually recorded. So if you cannot meet up for one reason or the other, the recordings will be available for you to access. So if you're still interested in the 6-week Diction Master Academy, go ahead to make your payment. After tonight, once we get that figure, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. Does the training include spelling? No, the training does not include spelling. The training does not include spelling. The recording will be sent to the paid group. Tonight's recording will be sent to the paid group. To be sent to the paid group. So if you're interested, make your payments. Is there any other question? I want to end the session. Is there any other question? Is there any other question? I want to end the session. The replay will be sent to the group tonight, so you can have access to it. You can watch over and over again. You can practice. If you have questions about the webinar, or you have questions, somebody says, can we pay twice? Can we pay twice? At the moment, no. So I was also going to recommend that you should not leave the paid group, as we do free trainings at intervals. So except you have other reasons, but aside that, you should remain in the paid group. We do free trainings at least once a month, so you can take advantage of that. Okay, I think there are no more questions. If you're interested, the details is still in the group. One thing about the academy is we are not just teaching you to speak well. We are teaching you to get transformed. What we are offering is transformation, not learning. Of course, you cannot get transformed without learning. So you need to learn first, then get transformed. So if you're interested in getting transformed, then you should be in the 6th Diction Master Academy. It's not about learning. You must have attended quite a number of diction classes. Yes, we all have a strength. The strength of the 6th Diction Master Academy is transformation, not learning. You will learn and get transformed. We will not just teach you, we'll teach you. We'll teach you how to use what you have learned. It is when you use what you have learned that you get transformed. Knowledge without application is useless. Until you apply your knowledge, that's when you become powerful. So you come to the academy to get more power in terms of communication. In terms of communication. That's the extent of enrolling on the 6th Diction Master Academy. So is there any other question? Okay, what's the difference between principal and principal? But in terms of pronunciation, there is no difference. They're pronounced the same way. Principal, principal, they are pronounced the same way. Principal, principal. Does the program include elocution? Yes. Yes, it includes elocution. Yes, you can still pay 20,999 naira. Yes, it includes elocution. The pronunciation of principal and principal are the same. Please, let's pay twice. We are teachers and our salary are not much. Okay, you know what? I need to speak with the others, so I cannot answer that now. Just remain in the group. If they would eventually allow that, you would see the update in the group. We have a management team, so it's not just about the diction point. On Mondays to Friday, will there be a coach or you just log in and listen? There'll be a coach. Mondays to Fridays, you log into the e-learning platform to access the lesson. Each lesson has a task. So when you submit your task, by 6 p.m., the coach would attend to those 6 p.m. Mondays to Friday. The coach will come to the WhatsApp group to listen to those that have submitted their task. So it is from your task, the task that you've submitted, that guides the coach to tell you what you should do, what you should not do, if you did well, if you didn't do well, etc. I hope that explains it. Why on Saturday, the coach would also come up on Zoom to have an interactive session with you live on Zoom. Is there any other question? When is the next class? Do you mean the next webinar? If it's the next webinar, the webinar is just a day webinar. That's why the webinar will be held on the 11th of August. So the webinar is done. So if it was just a webinar you're talking about, it's done. But if you're talking about the 6th Diction Master Academy, you get access immediately you register. So those that have registered tonight, by tomorrow, you can start learning on the 6th Diction Master Academy. So for the 6th Diction Master Academy, you get access immediately. If you register tonight, by tomorrow, you start learning on the 6th Diction Master Academy. But if you did not register for the 6th Diction Master Academy, the webinar is over. But I would recommend that you remain in the paid group. Those that paid for the 6th Diction Master Academy will be moved to another group. So if you didn't pay for the 6th Diction Master Academy, I would recommend that you remain in the paid group, as we have free trainings at intervals that you can learn from. Any other question? How do we know spellings if the training does not include spelling? Okay, the training is on elocution and diction, elocution and diction. Though we have a training on spelling. So if you're interested, you can ask more about it in the group. We have a course, video courses on spelling. We also have an ebook on spelling. So if you're interested, if what you're interested on is spelling, you can just say something in the group. They'll send you details about it. But for this particular course, the focus is on elocution and diction. Elocution and diction. Please pronounce milk, milk, milk. The L is not silent, milk. Can I pay next week? Yes, you can pay next week, but next week the fee is back to 30,999 naira. After tonight, you cannot pay 20,999 naira. It's only tonight that you can pay 20,999 naira. After tonight, the fee goes back to 30,999 naira. When is the academy start? The academy starts immediately you make your payment. Once you make your payment, you get kickstart. So by tomorrow, the admins will add you to the group. You get the link to join the group. Once you join the group, you get access to the e-learning platform and you can start learning. Please, we desire to pay the 20,000 class, but pockets aren't the same. Yes, I understand. Which is why I said that the admins will communicate if the management agrees that you pay in installment. The diction code is just an element of fluent speech. I'm not the one that takes all the decision. I've made payment for the master class. Please confirm. We will confirm. Please just send it to the group. We'll confirm. It might not be tonight because it's already late. But just send it to the group. We'll confirm. The training, the academic commences immediately you make your payment. So once you make your payment, you get access. Do you have programs on public speaking? Yes, we have programs on public speaking. The 6-week Diction Academy, yes, it includes public speaking. Just the Zoom session. The Zoom session talks about public speaking. On the e-learning platform, it doesn't entail public speaking. But on the Zoom session, yes, we talk about public speaking as well. We include public speaking. I have answered that. Mail. I've answered that. Mail. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Please let some of us pay on Friday. The fee will be 30,999 naira at that time. 20,999 naira. 20,000, not 29,000. 20,999 naira. That's about 21,000. When are you dropping the recording to the group? We'll drop that tonight. Does the program include public speaking and confidence development? Yes, like I mentioned. During the Zoom session, we'll talk about that. Yes, we talk about public speaking then. Monday seems too busy for me. If you can't learn on Monday, you can start to learn on Tuesday. Like I said, Mondays to Friday is at your own convenient time. It's at your own convenient time. It's a self-paced course. It's a self-paced course. So you're not in a hurry. Nobody is hurrying you. Take your time. Just make sure you remember your password and email. Please, ma'am, give some of us the grace of this week because I'm interested and don't have the money now. May the Almighty provide. Yes, I'm interested in both speaking, pronouncing, and pronunciation and spelling. Enroll for this course. It covers speaking and pronunciation. Then you can get a spelling ebook or you can get a spelling course. Any other question? I think that's all. Do we have any other question? Like I said, the 6-week Diction Master Academy is more about transformation and not just learning. So if you're learning, are we going to revisit all you taught this night at the masterclass? At the masterclass, remember I mentioned 8 formulas. So in the masterclass, we're going to cover up all the 8 formulas. We're going to learn other things aside the 8 formulas as well. So the masterclass covers everything you need to know to speak English eloquently and confidently without sounding fake. Any other question? So if you're interested about that transformation, if you're someone that wants to speak English in a way that nobody would know where you're from, you want to speak English with so much authority, with so much power, with finesse, then you should enroll on the 6-week Diction Master Academy. You want to open your mouth and people are feeling like, who is this person? You want to be on a public bus and you're on the phone and everybody's looking at you and saying, who's speaking like this? I love how you speak. You want people to compliment how you speak? Then the 6-week Diction Master Academy is where you should be. Yeah, the offer is almost over. So if you're still interested, make your payment now. Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate. Thank you, Sadiq. I appreciate. No, the spelling ebook is not a bonus. Zainab, no, you've got enough bonuses. No, the spelling ebook is not a bonus. No. Cynthia, thank you. I appreciate. Do you have customer care? Yes. Yes, you can reach out to any of the admins. They would attend to you. You can reach out to any of the admins on the group. They would attend to you. You can also call a number 0801 031 78750. Let me write that in the chat if you prefer to call, but if you would like to just leave a message, you can reach out to any of the admins in the group. So I've sent the customer helpline to the group. So feel free to call that number. So it's not sending. The number is not sending. I'm going to send it to the group then. The number is not dropping. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. If you're interested in improving your pronunciation and becoming a better person, the 6-week Diction Master Academy is the place to be. I need to go now. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye. Thank you. The recording will be sent to the group. Have a great evening. The spelling ebook is, what is it again? 4,000. The spelling ebook is 4,000. Yes, 4,999 naira, please. The spelling ebook is 4,999 naira. Thank you, Faith. I appreciate your feedback.